Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball video for you this evening. We have been working on, for it seems like forever, this Williams Jubilee pinball machine here that you are looking at. And we have finally got it all up and running. And so now we're going to play it a little bit and see what it's like. You hear that? It's a train or something. The fire trucks are down the street. Something must be going on. But that's a train. So as I was saying, this is a 1973 Williams. Came out in February of 73. This is the 4-player version. There was a 2-player version also called Darling. It was basically the same game. And they sold a bunch of these. They made about 7,000 of them, of just the 4-player version. And then more also of the 2-player version. So you may have seen this somewhere. And also, I know we have a lot of international viewers. They sent thousands of these things overseas. So a lot of them were exported to Europe. And you may have seen one somewhere back in the day. I don't know where this one went to, but it made it back to historic downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina. And we're fixing it up. There have been a few of these floating around Rock Hill for years. I've had 2 or 3 different versions of this, and Darling. So. But when we got this one, we started checking it out and seeing what was going on inside of it. And we soon discovered that at some point in its history, somebody had cut the head off of the thing. Gung, gung, gung. Or at least cut all the wires going to the head. Now, I figured we might look at the neck and see if it looks like it's been replaced. I don't think it has. I think that's the original neck, people. So I don't know. Somebody was saying that they might have not known how to get the head off, so they slid a Sawzall blade under it or something, but I don't know. They cut all the wires going to the head. Go back and watch the first video we did a couple weeks ago and you'll see it. But they had spliced them back. We redid all the splices, and then later on we figured out that there were about 6 wires that were and connected to the wrong wire, and we finally found all that. And we got it playing, and it's playing pretty good now, so hey, it all worked out. Now, I am going to make a music video of this game because I like that name, Jubilee. Jubilee. It reminds me of the Jerry Reed song, Alabama Jubilee. Now, a bunch of people have done that song, actually. It's a real old song. But the Jerry Reed version just cooks. And Jerry Reed has nothing to do with this Persian, Mediterranean, Egyptian kind of look that's going on in the game, but I think we can make it work. So look for the music video. I'm going to make a music video of it. So we've done a lot of work to it, like I said, and then the playfield had a lot of wear on it, so we repainted some spots. I won't point them out now so that you can figure it out by looking at them though. Had some bad areas, got it all good. It's all gravy, baby. We replaced the 2 pop bumpers. They were pretty worn and beat up. The covers are the originals. Here, I'll show you what those look like up close. You got to get up close to really see them. That one's pink. And that one's green. To match the pink and green. Alright, so like I said, it has kind of like this weird theme. It's like a party. So you got this girl here dancing. And you got this guy with like a Greek toga on, playing the lyre, the lyre. You got this woman dancing. And here's another woman dancing. And then another woman dancing. So this guy has 4 chicks. And then on the other side, same thing going on. It's a little worn. Someone had asked in the comments on one of the other videos if that was originally white and had faded to this weird yellow color. No, it's originally this weird yellow color. Sometimes if you need to figure something like that out, you can look on the flyers. So if you go to ipdb.org, that's the Internet Pinball Database.org, they have pictures of like every game ever and flyers and all of that. So I pulled up the flyer, and the flyer is a nice white color, like my baseboard there. And then this game is, a picture of this game from when it first came out is on the actual flyer, and it's that color. So it hasn't, it's probably darkened over the years, but it was pretty much like that when it came out new. It's just the choice that they made. There was also the frame originally was that same color, but we painted it blue just because we like how that looks. These frames are beat up often, so if you paint them, they look pretty cool. So the playfield, you know, has simple little plastics. And the pointy people, Williams' famous pointy people. So look at his hands. Nothing like pointy people. Everybody looks like they're having such a good time at this Jubilee. All right. You got a couple ladies dancing up here. I'll also call it Moroccan. It's kind of Moroccan. It kind of looks like Casablanca, if you've ever seen that movie. I don't know where any of these places are, but I think they're all around the Mediterranean. So I like how they did the art. So that's, you know, look at what we're looking at here. Just, you take a quick glance at it and you can tell what it is, but look what they really did. It's like 3 different colors, like a buttermilk, I always call it, an orange, and a light blue, that create the appearance of this kind of, there's a city there, you know? But really it's just a real simple line drawing, it's just a real simple little geometric drawing, but it gives it kind of depth and makes it look like something's going on. And then they have decided to put over that these palm trees. Or I guess they're palm trees, whatever they are. Like, what were they doing that for? I don't get it. But it sure works. I think it looks great. And then at the top they have like a neon pink and a neon green, because that's what they wanted to do. And then the apron up there, or the arch up there, is blue. We had to spray paint that because the original one, well, that is the original one, but originally it was all rusted and looked horrible. Okay. So that's what's going on in the playfield. Now we got to talk about the back glass. So this is, the back glass was drawn by Mr. Christian Marsh. I think he did the plastics too. I may be mispronouncing his name, but it's Christian, M-A-R-C-H-E, Marsh. And he did a whole ton of work at Williams, and he was one of the guys that did the pointy people. So there was a guy before him that kind of came up with the pointy people, and then Christian came over and continued the tradition. So if you don't know about the pointy people, Williams had their own art style for a while, largely because of Christian Marsh and the guy before him, where when they drew people, they gave them really pointy elbows and fingers and stuff. Why? I have no clue, but it looks cool. So some people hate it, some people love it. I'm in the camp that loves it. I think it's awesome. So this is a good example of a pointy person here. Now it's not everything's pointy, just the good bits. But you can see that they really, it's just a stylized look, you know. So interesting. So we got her, we got him. See his shoulders, the kind of hint of the point, and then the elbow there with the point, and then the fingers are of course pointy, always triangle shaped fingers on everybody, pointy elbow. And so sometimes you get these just unbelievably ridiculous characters. Like, look at this guy with a pointy nose, and then look at his hand. So this guy Christian Marsh is one of the most well-respected pinball artists of all time, and that's what he got away with when he drew a hand. And it works. What the hell? How would you even have the balls to try that, right? Look at that. That's the hand. Crazy. Crazy. But yet it works. Okay. You got this guy over here who's a sloppy eater. This back glass had cracks all in it, so we repainted a lot of the little lines and stuff, trying to camouflage it a little bit. The guy's hand. Right? So then they were able to, and mainly Mr. Marsh, who was drawing all this. Oh yeah, here's another good one. So look at her hand, and then look at her face. The face is pretty well done for like a little quick little line drawing, but the hand just looks so weird. And then they were able to make these he was able to make just these gorgeous figures that were still pointy people. So look at her. Can you do it much better than that? I mean, that's beautiful. What a hell of a drawing, right? But look at her hand. So he was really good at what he did. He understood that you could go with that style, but you had to, where it counted, you had to make it work. Which, you know, in any back glass, the beautiful lady on the back glass is what everybody's going to look at, right? And then down here we've got who I've called Allie, because she looks just like the professional wrestler Allie, the bunny. Looks just like her. It's like that's her. But this was in 73, and there's no way Allie was alive in 73. So it may be her grandmother. I haven't figured it out yet. But there's a definite family resemblance there. All right? So here we have her beautiful face right next to her pointy people hand. Pretty wild. The guts that this guy had whenever he made back glasses. But that's, in my opinion, say what you want about the game, but that's a hell of a back glass. It's just it's really nice. He did a whole bunch of other ones. I don't have another one laying here right now that I could show you, but he did a whole bunch of other ones that were similar. So that's kind of what's going on. Now on the playfield, you have two rollovers up there at the top, and then you have this weird little gate that the ball can roll through as well, and it gives you an advance of the bonus ladder. So the playfield's dominated by this huge bonus ladder. If you like bonus games, this is a good one. You can get bonus. So, you know, if you get a bonus, you score that at the end of the ball. This one has this huge bonus ladder and a really easy way to get the bonus. And the layout features this captive ball unit in the middle we'll talk about, and then two pop bumpers up here, and then two advance buttons here, right? There's two shooters down here and two flippers here. Now I'm going to show you something that you're not going to believe. This is 1973, and it's Williams Jubilee. Now let me show you one from 1964 that Williams made called Whoopee. That machine was designed in '64, 9 years before this one, by the same designer, Steve Kordek. And it's very similar. At the top, instead of these rollovers, it was a little bit different. But they had the most noticeable thing, the two things, is that you have a larger bonus area on this one. You just got, the bonus works completely different. It has the same horseshoe thing in the middle. And see these two advance buttons? So on that one, that the same designer had made before, there were two more pop bumpers right there. So according to the Internet Pinball database, this one was originally going to be like that too. But he talked with a gentleman who, you know, was giving him feedback on the games they were designing. And he thought that if you got rid of those two pop bumpers, that it would actually make the game more fun because you could have a better shot to the top of the playfield. And this game does have nice, long, open shots to the top of the playfield. So, could be. And you actually hit, like if you hit the advance, that gives you 1,000 points that you're going to get at the end of the ball. So every time, those are 1,000 point buttons, basically. Well, the pop bumpers were 100 point pop bumpers, so it's like hitting the pop bumper 10 times, kind of. The only thing with an advance button or an advance score is it'll only go so high. So you get up to 20,000, and then that's all you can get. So it's going to, if you keep hitting those switches, you don't get any more points, and you won't get that 20,000 until you end the ball. So if you build this up to less than 20,000, you're looking at 1,000 point buttons, which is a hell of a shot, really, you know. So this little center thing is pretty brilliant. They have this so that you get a free ball if you get all 5 of the balls. And a couple people informed me, I knew it was Newton something, but it's called a Newton's cradle. When you hit the first ball, it makes the last ball move. And if you hit it with a pinball, it does it almost perfectly. This one will stay where it is, and that one will loop around. But if you can loop all 5 around to one side, the lit side, then this lights up, and you get to play a free ball. So that's kind of the fun part of the game. And then also, as it goes through, the looping ball scores the advance. So as it goes over the little switches at the top, it advances the bonus up. So, very cool. You also have these shooters down here that the manual informs us is supposed to hit the opposite side. So like this one should aim right towards that ball, and this one should aim right towards that ball. They cross over in the middle. A lot of times when you get these, there's heavy wear coming out of those shooter areas. But on this one, it wasn't too bad. You can see a little bit on the playfield there. But not too bad. And then there's not much else to shoot at on the playfield. If you look at that Whoopee one, same designer, there was a little area here with a target on Whoopee that advanced the bonus. So. Also, this one has 3-inch flippers instead of 2-inch flippers. Okay, so let's read the instructions, and then we're going to play it a little bit. What do you think about that? Instructions. Insert coin and wait for machine to reset before inserting coin for next player. Okay. This one's on free play, by the way. And the operator has removed the coin mechs from the door. Operators used to do that because they didn't want you to put the thing out on location, and so the operator would sell these to people for their home. But he didn't want you to be able to operate it and make money and be his own competition. So they would take all of the coin stuff out of the game and say, oh, you want to just use it in your house, huh? Well, I'll make it where you can't use it except in your house. So the operators were very passive aggressive. So this one's has been done like that. Each player shoots 1 ball at a time as indicated on back glass. So on the back glass it'll say 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, and it says ball in play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This I've got it set on 3. Tilt penalty, ball in play. So if you tilt the game, you lose the ball that you are playing. Tilt does not disqualify the player. On the previous one we did, the Gottlieb swing along, it did disqualify the player. Every advance increases the bonus towards a possible 20,000 points. When the ball leaves the playfield, bonus is added to the score. Double bonus on the last ball. Glung, glung, glung. Double when lit. So at the 3rd ball, if you're on 3 ball, or the 5th ball if you're on 5 ball. Making special on the center feature, 5 balls on the lit side scores 1 extra ball. Maximum 1 extra ball per ball in play. So pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to set up the tripod. I'm going to put the glass on it. I'm going to turn out the lights, and we're going to play it. Okay, folks, we have got some glass on it. Got the chime box in it. Got all the lights working. We're going to play it a little bit. What do you think? So I don't know what we should be looking for. Should we be trying to do the 5-ball thing, or should we be just trying to get a high score? Maybe just a high score. Now I've actually done this one before. We've filmed this once or twice before, actually. Ooh. It's one of those things too where the light is always at the end of each ball on the side that's the hardest to get all the balls on. Funny. Oh no! It seems to like that right out hole more than it likes the left out hole. It's harder to get that, when there's just one, it's harder to get that last one all the way around. So look, it did it when there was two. All right, we got 36,670. Whoa! We got a whole 100 points at that ball. Can you believe that? Wrong way. Wrong way, Jose. Oh. Oh, come on. I lost the lucky bounce. All right, that was a whole 20,000 points. Come on. I got to do better than that. Come on. We'll get a good game here. I want to get one good game here on tape. Oh. You gotta watch that shot over there. Don't let it go that way. Watch out for my music video for this one. I'm gonna do a music video. Oh, no, 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 no. I guess I should be trying to use that shooter. Oh, no! Don't use the shooter. It went straight down the middle. Look how now I got to knock him back to the left. What the? Why would they do me like that? That's not right. Why is he carrying another man's blood around in his coat pocket for 3 hours? That's not right. Anybody catch that reference? All right, 20,000 points. Let's try it again. Oh, wow. That was cool. Did you see that? The left pop hit the right pop through the advance switch and then back and forth a couple times. Well, I succeeded going the wrong way. When you knock them around, though, I mean, you do get a bonus every time, you know, and we just counted down a fairly large bonus for us. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Wrong way. Oh man, I might have to adjust that right one. It goes straight down the middle from time to time, but I ain't one to complain. You know, you don't complain as much when you're the one who has to fix it. Oh man, I was playing with my food. All right, we got 52,000 that time. That's pretty good. Getting a little better. One more game. I might have a special picture for you after that. You're going to see more of it being played in the music video anyway. So, I mean, come on. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! So, I'm going to show you a picture. I've had several of these, and I had one a few years back. I believe it was a Darling. We're about to find out whenever I find the picture, though. The Darling is the two-player version. But I might get the ball back. I don't know if I got any points. Did I get any points? Yeah, I did. The Darling is the two-player version, and we were making the point a while back that all of these always have bad back glasses. Back glass is always in rough shape. So I got one that takes the cake. It's about as bad as you can get. Oh, it slid it right by me. Well, there you go, folks. That's a little bit of the gameplay. So this back glass looks pretty rough, right? So we worked on it so long, and it looked fairly rough. Well, let me show you one that's even rougher. Are you ready for one that's even rougher? So could you tell what you were looking at? Rewind it a little bit, and if you look at both of the ladies' faces and the pothead down in the right corner, the bottom right corner, if you look at his face, all three of them on that back glass had been shot by a BB gun. So there was a little hole in the glass, and the back of the glass was blown out. You know, if you've ever seen how that works, on some pieces of glass, you can shoot them with a BB gun and it won't break the entire glass. It'll just leave a little hole, and then the back of it will be all blown out. All three of those characters, the three main characters, had been shot with a BB gun, but it didn't shatter the glass. So that one was in a little better shape than this one, but it had three literally bullet holes in it. So every one of these you get, the glass isn't right. So If anybody out there has a really nice glass for one, wrap it in bubble wrap and put it in a box and save it, because they're going to need it in the future. Whenever they somebody's going to need it. Some museum is going to want it or something, right? Get one of these crappy ones and play it, but put that real nice one in storage somewhere. There's probably a few of them out there that are all right. So anyway, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it. Hope you enjoyed these videos. We're finally done with this one. We're moving on to another one. It's right here at the end of the year. We're going to move on to a new game for the new year. So look for that soon. We'd like to thank everybody that's been using our Amazon links all year long. Thank you for that, folks. So if you don't know about that, there's a link down below all of our videos to Amazon. If you go to that link, anything you buy on Amazon gives us a tip. So thank you very much, everybody that's been doing that. We appreciate it. And then finally, have you checked out my brother's channel? My brother Donnie, who is literally my brother. He and I are over there right now working on a grocery store that we bought. This little tiny one, though. Little tiny building that's a grocery store. Now, I am not going to call it a Quickie Mart or a convenience store, because the old timers that lived there told me it was the grocery store. It's a little tiny town, and that was what a grocery store looked like back then. It was just a little building, about 3,000 square feet. So we've been working on that and fixing it up. Go check it out if you haven't already. He also does a bunch of like farming videos and small engine repair and working on trucks and stuff like that. So he's more interesting than I am. And I'm over there on the channel too if you want more of my witticisms. And a lot of people do. You can subscribe over there, and I'll see you over there too. So we appreciate everybody hanging out with us on this one. We finally got it done and working good and flipping fast, and now it's on to the next one. Happy New Year.